Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl ruka.
And Big Boy Sammer here, bringing you our part 2 of Deep Insanity The Lost Child.
These episodes are actually extremely short, including the opening and ending songs. They run at about 23 minutes. So you can really get through this anime quite quickly. It's definitely bingeable.
For you, it's bingeable for you. I mean, this anime was different, innit? It was different. Alright, let's talk about the EXO, Leslie. That guy. Sorry, that person.
Okay.
I like the fact that they created such a cool, quirky character. I really liked his character, their character. And I thought they were pretty cool. Quick-witted, always had stuff to do, jumping up and down, acting a fool, but when it got time to get serious, my guy was serious and blindly loyal. That's the kind of like side character that you kind of want in an anime.
Leslie was an ugly girl, which is surprising because even as his, boy persona, he looked, quite androgynous, but then when he had the maid uniform, I just couldn't help but think, what an ugly girl. Yeah, I did like Leslie's character because for what it was, it did break up a lot of things, especially in the beginning where the team hadn't gelled well together. Because of the way Leslie was, he did kind of tie everyone together, and he was the person that you'd go to if you needed any advice. He was a really good team leader.
Very, very good team leader.
Which is why I feel like they did him really dirty when they killed him off, because that wasn't it, man. I was still thinking, oh, maybe he isn't really dead and they've done a little ting and he'll come back, but he didn't. That was really just it. And then everyone was like, oh yeah, you can't just cry over every death. Like, what the We get it, you can't cry over every death, but
this guy was special.
You guys were a team, and he said he had been there like the longest. Therefore, your entire time that you've been here, you've been under this guy, and you're just like, oh yeah, dead's dead. I thought that was kind of crap, really.
Yeah, they did do it dirty. They did them dirty. But his relationship with his ex, that was toxic. Like, how could you be with someone for so long and then try and kill each other, and then they be the one that killed you? Well, it did look like it ended not amicably, but still, bruv, that was cold.
An ex is an ex for a reason.
Wow. Well, are you saying that you'll shoot any of your exes out of the sky?
No, if you're an ex, I don't really think about you anymore. I don't care about you. It is what it is. I don't have time to be fixated on a past relationship. So no, I wouldn't be out here running around trying to kill an ex. I thought, oh, who are you? Like Leslie when he actually first... like Leslie, that's my energy. Like,
Leslie was cold.
Who are you again?
Cold with it. They were so cold with it. They were like, yo, sorry, do I know you? I love that. Definitely my favourite character of the whole show. Definitely my favourite.
Okay. What?
You disagree?
No, it's just that there are no favourites here.
Wow. Okay. Spill the tea.
So, no. Let's move on to the actual job of killing Elsie. Because while this anime was progressing, I just kept thinking, why is the team so small for this mission? It didn't make any sense. You're infiltrating a mansion full of armed guards and cultists, and you bring this small 4-man team.
Yeah, why didn't the commander jump in from jump?
Not just it being a 4-man team, but without any adequate information to do with, like, the inside of it. Yeah, okay, now we found out that Vera kept repeating. She knew information, but it didn't seem like she was passing it on to anyone else. So they were really underprepared for the actual mission. It had very poor planning, if you ask me. Like, the planning was zero. They were just doing everything on the fly. Like, nobody knew. No one in the team knew at all what they were doing next.
That's very true.
And then they rushed through a plan that had already been discovered by the enemy. And I'm just like, okay, what kind of operation is being run here? It looks like, what the hell? Is your department not getting the correct equipment? I don't understand what was happening here. It just seemed really crappy. And then there's people dying and they're still pushing through the plan with less people. Like, at the end, they had, like, Vera was still pushing through with just her and Larry and Kabato, just the 3 of them.
Just the three of them.
No extra personnel from a different department. They could have strung 2 teams together. It was just really ridiculous to me.
It was totally ridiculous. And also, that spy that was giving away all that information as well. Like, surely you knew there was a spy in the ranks. Why are you giving him all the tea? Like, what's going on? Shoot him dead, get a new guy. Like, what's going on?
Vera's like the laziest person to have a time power because she did not use it to her fullest, and it's no wonder that everybody kept dying. But if she has a time power, why did she not save Leslie on this occasion? I need to know that. Like, why didn't she save him this time around? You don't know either.
I don't know, because like literally the way the time power works is when you die, you go back to the point where you've got the special artifact or whatever, right? So you could have Subaru'd it and just gone, where's Rev? Could have done it. That would have solved everything. Leslie dead. Now he ain't. I mean, you've died 100 times, so it don't really matter. If you're gonna do repeat time, take some notes. There's this anime out there. I don't know if you know about it.
So Daniel was out here hiding the code that Leslie gave to him from his own team, but ran to a bar to speak to a barmaid he had only met once and only said maybe 2 words to, and showed her. But
don't you know that barmaids and bar people are magical and they get all the tea from everywhere?
My head hurts with this one because I can't figure it out. This one was a real head scratcher. Like, I don't get it. And also, like, they're in dangerous situations, and both Daniel and Kabata both did the same thing where they noticed something and then refused to tell their team about it. Like, what do they have to gain from withholding information when you're in a dangerous place with dangerous things happening around you? That was a choice.
Do you know what else I don't get? The one thing I really don't get about this whole anime.
What?
Why can't you fight 2 bunny rabbits?
I know. And a child.
Like, a
child with her pets.
You're shooting monsters on a regular basis. And these ain't like normal monsters. These are like some amped up super beings. Then you've got cultists that are on some crack or something. But 2 bunny rabbits, like on a level.
And they were dumb as well. Like, you could easily trick them with frozen bagged carrots.
Bruv, like, how can you not fight 2 bunny rabbits though? Like, And I'm sorry, but if this girl is there and she's against your team and she's doing everything she can to hurt you guys, and you've already seen that she's not afraid of pulling the trigger on the person, put a bullet in her head.
I know, that would have just been so simple. Get rid of her. It was a 2-man team. No, it was a 1-man and 1-child team, and you can't deal with it.
And Leslie did not need to die there as well, because like, talk about putting a bullet in them. You shot man's arm off.
Yeah. Should have been a headshot. Put it in his head
because you already failed the mission.
You're a sniper?
Bruv, oh my days. You should be doing headshots all day. Pap, pap, pap. Loads of opportunities were missed here. Loads of opportunities were missed.
Okay, so I want to talk about Hayden because I'm kind of not understanding his character, but that's because nothing was explained about it. For instance, he mentioned that he used to be on Leslie's team. They were a team together with Vera, and he switched teams. Why? What happened? What did you have to gain being under the other guy who literally stomped you out for failing a mission? Because these guys failed missions multiple times and none of them got stomped out. So I don't know, like, you got stomped out.
Yes, and it wasn't even a little bit, like, I kind of felt like they went over the top with it. Like, it was a bit cringy to watch. I was like, whoa, are you carrying this on? And then he smiled afterwards and said, thank you. What kind of S&M?
I know. And on top of that, he was so unaffected by killing Leslie, and it kind of seemed as if they were constantly sort of fighting each other and no one was really going at it to actually kill the other person, and then you actually killed him. And yet, there was no reaction from you. I thought he would have felt something. And then on top of that, what does he have to gain from this evil god being creative? Like, he seems to have the least to gain, but doing the most stuff?
Every time it was created, he was one out of the first 3 people to go. Every single time, he was gone. If you wanted to go so badly, do what you did in the last one. Jump off the goddamn side of the building. Do you know what I mean? What's going on? Also, the one thing I really don't understand. Vera is Elsie. How did Vera come about?
That's literally my last thing. That's my question. And you're asking it, so you don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they're in the same timeline, or like, because as a child she fused with this evil god, but then you're somehow here stopping it. Nothing that needed to be explained was actually explained, and they only start telling us about these time powers in what, episode 9? Episode 10? It was so weird that it just came literally out of nowhere. Nowhere.
This was a quintessential Square Enix thing. Super convoluted, ultra hype. However, with Square Enix, all their good games were text on the screen so you can get the full lore. Yes, I said it. All their good games were text on the screen where you can get the whole lore. But unfortunately, I guess they can't make shows. I said
But it was a mixed media project. It wasn't just...
No, I understand. I'm lost. You know what?
I just wanted to say that this story could have actually been really great because they had a lot of really good components, such as Vera repeating all of these days and no one knowing that she's repeating it, and she's actually trying to kill herself, staying away from all others because they're going to forget anything that they built together anyway. And it's a really sad story, but yet it had no impact. Just like all of the deaths, Daniel died, okay. Leslie died, okay.
Whoa. Leslie's one touched me a little bit. Only because I like the character. So out of this motley crew of great characters, which one was your favourite?
I just told you, there's no favourites here, so I don't know why you're pushing your luck. There are no favourites. So last time, Big Boy Sama judged this to be hot 3 out of 5 categories, and I judged it to be hot 4 out of 5 categories.
Well done.
So, we are now going to the verdict. Big Boy Sama, hot or a waste of time?
At first it was a hot, but now it's just not. It's a waste of time. I'll challenge my inner killer bee. Ruka, guys. Hot or waste of time.
So I did say it was hot last time, and I gave it a really high rating. The one that got a knock for me was its plot execution, and unfortunately that continued all the way throughout. Just the plot sucked. You didn't even know what was going on until the very end. In fact, I wasn't sure until episode 11 whether the person trying to save Elsie was a good or a bad guy. Like, I didn't know what side our guys were on. We just knew that there was a mission to kill Elsie with no details, no reason why, literally nothing. From my memory, I think it was the beginning of episode 11 when we realized that the guy's trying to become an evil god. It was a waste of time. I would give this one a massive miss. Yes, it's easily bingeable, so at least you won't waste too much of your life if you do choose to watch this. But I would advise you to just save those minutes. They add up.
If you made it this far, we really appreciate it. Rookie, you're a mess.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.